Me and Toes were having this debate in South Africa, yeah. He said that Berbatov is overrated. Like, he said it. Yeah.
Berbatov's overrated.
I've been questioning Toes' ball knowledge for a while now, man. This already threw me off.
But now he's overrated. I don't really hear Berbatov being spoken about.
Hey, Toes, if you're in the chat, you might have to explain yourself. You might have to explain yourself.
I'd say he's fairly rated.
I was actually
saying
anything. I just want to say like if we're saying he's overrated,
if anything, he's underrated. If anything, he's underrated.
I don't think he is, Roms. I don't think he is. I think people just rate him as what he was. Like everyone kind of knows him as, you know, he had a very good touch. He came into United. He did all right at Spurs. He scored goals, but no one really called him world class. Like no one really
called him world class. Yeah,
like, everyone just says he was a good player. Like everyone just kind of a good player with a very good touch, very elegant player. If you want to call him that, he's an elegant player.
Yeah, like for me, it's like. And then we're having a kind of conversation about Didier Drogba, and like people look at Didier Drogba and think, oh, but he only got like 12 goals in one season.
Overrated. That's an overrated player.
They're GA merchants.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying now. How is he overrated?
And he's been overrated because of, like we speak about Vinicius, moments. These players score in big moments, so you remember the big moments, so it makes you think this player was doing a madness. When the reality of it was, Drogba across the season has multiple years of under 10 goals, which for a striker, in this day and age, I agree, he was a facilitating striker. But in this day and age, in the top 6, you'd be calling him Nico Jackson gets cooked, bruv. He was having seasons. He's having seasons equaling Nico Jackson, bruv. That's the seasons he's having, though. He's had multiple seasons like that, equaling 9 goals, 7 assists. Under your stat metrics and your calculations,
we're not going to change the context. We're not going to change the context because those performances that he was putting out at the time was winning us trophies, right? No one was looking at Drogba at the time and saying, "Oh, Drogba hasn't scored 20 goals. Drogba hasn't scored 30 goals."
Yeah, but that's what George is saying. Moments. He does it when it matters. That he's more of a moment.
And also,
player.
you keep saying
he's not just a moment.
John, you're saying he was performing. You had a team perform. You had a team full of bad players, so he was just blending in that team at times. That's all it was.
Bro, for me, Drogba, it's no surprise that Drogba's best goal return came with Ancelotti, bro. Because a lot of the time, man was playing with Mourinho's. You sit back, and then you get guys on the counter real quick. You get me? That season with Ancelotti is when he went real crazy, bro. Because
that's when he got 29 with Rooney, innit? That's when him and Rooney went ban for ban that season, innit?
Yeah, bro. You got to look at the systems that he's played in as well, man.
He got. Listen to me, guys. Here in 254 appearances, here. He got 159 GA.
Stop doing GA, man.
Yeah, why adding assists for strikers?
It's embarrassing, you know, adding assists to strikers.
I hate it.
You just said
exactly. If you're saying he's a facilitator, you have to take that into account. Anyone that's saying Drogba is overrated, man's crazy, bro.
Yeah, no.
It was a
what it is, bro? Man. You've got an agenda. I feel you've got an agenda.
I don't have an agenda, but do you know what it is? Because I've had conversations, I've done videos before in my past where we've broken down like the 2000 strikers, and people are trying to put Drogba near the top, like the top 7. I said Drogba's not even top 12, top 13, top 14. When you talk about like Jamie Vardy and players have got better legacies than him in the Premier League. For me, Jamie Vardy. That's a fact.
Relax.
Right now, I've been going around saying Jamie Vardy. They don't want to. Oh my God! He's a more prolific goal scorer. He's a more prolific goal scorer than Drogba. They don't want to admit it, though. They don't want to admit it.
Drogba won multiple prams. Like, George, you did a bit too much there.
George, you're lost. You're lost.
Bro. If you look at,
I've been running this agenda for a while.
The thing is, if you look at every season they won the league or any trophy, hold on a minute. Everything that Chelsea have won. Look at Drogba's impact and his overall involvement in them trophies. He's been involved in every single one.
I mean, Saeed, I'm actually in disbelief. Did you just say that Jamie Vardy has got a greater Premier League legacy?
No, not BW. This guy. Yeah.
George, that was mad.
He's got better Premier League.
Mad, bro.
That's crazy.
George.
Drogba got 4 Prems to his name alone.
You could have said Rudy, Van Persie, Aguero.
No, I went low. No, but this so you don't get Roms. I went low for the reason to show you the level of what he's at. That's where he's competing with
man.
The level that he's at, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
What are you waffling about? What do you mean the level that
hater, man.
I'm a hater. No, but the stats will show you. LB, you're a stats man. Go look at the goals and assists.
I'm not a stats man.
Go look at the GA.
Go
look
at the
You're a stats
You
man.
will see Jamie Vardy scored more goals more consistently than him. You don't want to
Go
admit
look at the trophies, George.
This is the Spurs coming out in you. You just hate like
That's crazy, bro. How dare you? How dare you try to say he's got a greater legacy, bro? Do you know how many things Drogba won?
How dare you?
How dare
look at the numbers and then tell me otherwise? Because you're number one.
No, because you said he's got a greater legacy. Well, he's got a greater legacy because you rate him as a better goal scorer.
And he won again. The most impressive Premier League in history was Jamie Vardy, innit? We do remember.
But
He's got a greater legacy than everyone.
That doesn't mean he's got a better legacy than him.
Do you know what?
No.
By your logic, he's got a greater legacy than everyone. 4 Prem.
And he was pivotal in all of them 4 Prems. You can't say he's got a big
pivotal in all 4. What, the one that Jose Mourinho won when he came back that Drogba didn't play? What are we doing?
No.
He was a part of that team. He was a
bit part player, but hold on, George, bro. You gotta look at everything else he won during the time he was in the Prem, bro. Like the guy was Mr. Wembley for a reason. You get me? He was Mr. Wembley for a reason.
All of our clubs. Maybe not
actually, no. Berbatov, the guy we just spoke about, dunked on his club when we played them in the final. So let's remember something. He didn't dunk on my club in no final. Let's have it.
I remember a semi-final. I remember a semi-final at Wembley.
Definitely bagged against you, man, at Wembley.
Yeah, exactly. It was the semi-final. I think he bagged against Spurs, and
in that season, he still got 19 goals. You know, but that whole year, that calendar year, scored 19 goals. But I do agree with you.
Wait. What do you mean calendar year?
No,
yeah.
but
wait.
I just see this now. Yeah, we beat Spurs. I just reminded myself we beat Spurs 5-1 in 2012 in the semi-final. Yeah.
Semi-final. I just said final.
Yeah, the semi-final. We smoked you. You just said he's never touched up your club.
But furthermore, we was ahead of you in the table by then, so we didn't really care. We was above you.
We won the Champions League that year, bro.
You know, Jones, let me ask you your top 10 strikers of the Premier League. Give me a rough.
Too much to give me off the top of my head, but for the players that I can name,
okay, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you then.
I got a Kane.
It doesn't have to be in order.
I got Kane. I got Aguero. I've obviously got Shearer. You've got Rooney.
Yeah.
You've got
Van Persie.
Van Persie might edge in there.
I'm gonna give you some names then. Andy Cole.
We're gonna go Cantona. I'm putting Cantona in there. Big fan. We've got Andy Cole.
No, this guy didn't watch this guy. You know, he just saying names.
He definitely did watch Cantona. I've definitely seen it. Even don't even.
You weren't even in the bullets.
What do you mean? You can't watch football back? I've seen enough Cantona games. I've seen when I was young. Cantona used to be one of my favorite players as a young guy.
You've been doing White Cup back in the day. You're doing White Cup.
We're gonna
Suarez, that's a 7.
George, look at me with a straight face. How many 90 minutes have you watched of Cantona? Look at me with a straight face.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean? When I was young, when we was young, did we not on Sky Sports? Was there not a repeat of games all the time? On top of Premier League games all the time. Sky Sports Retro used to play.
I said 90 minutes, bro. I said 90 minutes.
I used to see all these stuff, bro. Don't worry, man. No, about
you don't watch more than 3 Cantona games in your life.
On reason there. And then I wouldn't put
Saeed. This guy's taking. This is hold on, Saeed. This is a cop out. I want to hear you say names that you have watched religiously and you remember. Don't tell me about no.
You're telling me Drogba doesn't make the top 10, bro. Stop feeling hurt. He don't make the top 10.
Dude, me and you are similar. Hold on, dude. I'm not hurt. I don't need your validation. I don't need your validation.
You can't name 10 Premier League strikers and put Drogba in there. You just can't do that. You're lying.
Of course you can.
You're lying to yourself. I just named you about 7 or 8 of my players, and then you're telling me, name the ones that you've seen. But I know from what I've seen of Cantona, he's better. I rate Cantona highly. You're trying to push off. And the one you're doing is you're doing it for a player that everyone knows is a top striker.
Yeah.
But you're trying to sit here and tell me you shouldn't be in there. Cool.
You know what? No,
I want to hear your list. I want to hear you. Hold on.
I'd have Rude above Drogba as well. I'd have Rude above striker.
Yeah, Rude's bad, man.
I'd have
Rude is one of the best.
He's one of the best finishers we've ever seen.
Yeah, we've ever seen, bro. You know what I mean? Like
again, I'd have Righty above Drogba. Didn't see too much of Righty, but I can tell you Righty was better than Drogba. So that's easy. I can name you about 10 or 11. There's about 11 players.
Listen, he's made his point.
I didn't even say Bergkamp.